Fitzpatrick from Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio. And this week I'm going to show you our new collection, Coastal Yarns. I'm going to hook the landscape and let's just do get some good hooking in today. So why don't you guys grab your hook and your frame and sit and hook with me? I think that would be fun. Before I do that though, I'm getting ready for a workshop. So I need to draw a whole bunch of patterns. We have our first live workshop that we've had in, well, it's been almost 4 years now since we had a live workshop in the studio. You can come in, Terry, if you want. What did you want?
There's a customer visiting who wants your autograph.
Well,
Your autograph is in there, but she wants it to Kelly.
Well, let's write it to Kelly.
She wants a little caricature.
Do you know how her name? Do you know how she's?
K-E-L-L-Y.
And she wants a little Kelly, a little. So we'll make like, is that her there? She wants a little caricature.
Yeah, her hair's tied up today.
Well, I can't really.
Okay, you do.
It's hard with a Sharpie. I'll just be me. And Kelly's waving a flag. Here we go. Thanks for visiting. I love signing books because when you sign a book, it means like somebody's going to read the book, right? It's good.
She's going to be thrilled.
Oh, good. Great. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
All right. See ya. Okay. So kind of lost my train of thought there, but I think what I'm going to do is sort of two houses like that. I always love this design of, like, I love the symmetry. So what I'm going to do is I'm working on studying intuition lately and thinking about intuition and hooking and how the two things go together. So I'm probably going to be thinking and talking about that in our first live workshop. It's a 3-day workshop. It's already full, just so you know. We may do another in the fall or next spring. I'm not really sure. I don't know about the doors in this one, but I'm going to do it anyway now. It's all done. But I love symmetry. I love it in my house. I love it in my rugs. Like, I even like it when I plate food. I like things to be. You can come back if you want. It's okay. Got the door closed because the dryer was going. But people sometimes think they can't come in. But you can. You can even come on the live if you want. Did you want to come on and join us?
I just wanted to thank you for.
Oh, can we show them? Oh, okay, great.
I really like. And my cup of tea. Like, look at me.
Like, look at you. What's your name?
I'm Kelly.
You're Kelly. Okay, you're the woman I just signed the book for. And where are you from, Kelly?
We're from Scotia.
And you just learned how to hook rugs?
Oh, we just started.
Who taught you?
What we did was we ended up going to yoga.
Yeah.
And we saw a friend in hooking, so we dropped yoga for hooking.
Well, you can do both.
We are, but that day we had to
Oh, you dropped it.
it was
Yeah.
on the same day.
I see.
In the same little town.
Yeah.
And it's in a little town called Grand Dig.
Oh, in Grand Dig.
Yeah.
Ah, hookers
So
de
it's
Bordelot.
lovely. Yeah, it's
in
lovely.
Grand Dig.
It's the best thing ever. And so did Ellen and Jacqueline. They're all hookers.
They're all
beginner
rug hookers too.
Yeah, all just
Ah.
started. So
Great.
yeah, you make a great cup of tea too.
Oh, Angela made the tea
Yes,
today.
Thanks, Angela.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. So we just had to come in and say thank
I'm
you.
glad
Little fist
that you
pump,
did.
maybe?
A little fist pump,
Yeah.
sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you very much
Very
for coming in
welcome.
today. And I'll see you after the live. You guys will
Okay.
probably be around for a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
If not, we're going secondhand shopping too.
Oh, are you? You're going to have fun.
Okay. Bye-bye.
This is your mic.
Oh, the mic. Yeah. Don't want to talk.
Can't run away with the
talk
mic.
well and talk, you know, and then we're chatting. We know exactly what we're saying.
Huh? Oh, see you, Kelly. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making these imaginary places, and so this tree. I mean, no one may ever want to hook this. It's okay, but I think it's pretty cool. So we've got this imaginary tree back here. So what are we doing in the front? I think we have paths that kind of lead to each other in a way. That's sort of what I imagine. And then we have just a few rocks and bushes. And in the course, I'm going to just lead people through the whole thing, and everybody's going to work on a different pattern. And I want that. So look at this. So this becomes an abstract, really, which is kind of fun. And then you have two very solid houses. And then this, I don't know what's happening here, but I do like the way the paths cross. So and this is our paths meet. So you'll notice I'm dressed for winter, and it's May, but you have to know where we are. We're in Nova Scotia, Canada. So it's pretty normal to dress for winter. I was thinking yesterday, when May 24th weekend is a long weekend. I think it's a long weekend in the States too. But when we go camping on the long weekend in May, do you know what the most important thing you need to bring is?
Warm coat.
Your warm coat. It's the truth, isn't it, Lorna? You got to bring your warm coat. You cannot trust the weather in May here.
I was going to say wine. Gotta keep warm.
Well, Angela, I kind of agree with you. I wouldn't want to go without my wine. Okay, that yarn that nobody can stop thinking about is back in stock. It is. Homestead is back in stock, as is. Where is my green? Oh,
I told Mary yesterday that the weather's my fault.
The weather is your fault.
Yeah, because I changed my summer clothes to winter clothes, or changed took my winter clothes out and put my summer clothes up, and I should have never done that.
Oh, it's the truth, isn't it? Yeah. I put my winter clothes away. I almost took out my boots again today, my tall black boots, because it's freezing out. Terrible. It's really cold. So I haven't worn this skirt in ages. You guys make me, the live makes me pull out all my clothes that I haven't worn in ages, which is a really good thing. Gets me. Okay, so now I'm hooking with the field study. And I got to take that field study right across here. Got to get it right across. Tonight, a lot of us are going to Jana's for supper. She's cooking us a Ukrainian meal. So we're kind of excited about that. Oh, I made a mistake there. And the question of the day, what are we going to question today? What are we going to ask people about today? See, we just make these up on the spot, you guys. Not like we come in with question of the day. But since we're talking about landscapes today, let's ask you, what is the landscape that you're most attracted to? Like what is the place that for you feels like gives you comfort? Or, what's the landscape that in your dreams that's there? Now for me, I have two, but I think for me, it's the landscape of Newfoundland, that sort of terrific, marvelous beauty of the ocean and the hills. But what is it for you? Everybody has their thing, like I also love the barrens, when you get out on the barrens and you have those green barrens with bogs, and I love that gray sort of color in the sky and the barrens. That is a comforting landscape to me. So, Angela, do you have a landscape that you love?
Well, obviously I love white sandy beaches.
White sandy beaches, because you grew up on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I also love watching when you see the fjords and stuff in Norway and Ireland.
See.
I'd love to be able to go see those.
See those.
They're amazing.
And that is your family history, right?
Yep.
The Norwegian fjord. And I think that's what the landscape of our dreams often is the one that we, the one we grew up with, or the one that we sort of know, like our DNA knows. our grandparents. No. What about you, Lorna? What's your landscape?
I don't know. Probably the beach and the rocks.
The beach and the rocks, probably where you're in Parisboro, that
Yeah.
area where you're thinking about it now. Yeah. 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 And I know you all have a landscape. So if you're watching on the website, put the comments, write it in the comments there. I always go in and read them. And Angela does too. We always go in and have a peek at them. So, and on the Facebook, I always go on and read the comments at night. So if you do it, if you post it, we will read it. We like to hear from you.
Somebody wanted the recipe for my arrow bar squares.
Yeah.
So I did upload it on the website.
Yeah, I saw that. It was on
so
the
if you go to
comments.
the website to last week's
Yeah.
episode, you'll have the recipe for the arrow bar squares.
Just don't forget to cook the base first.
Cook the base first, but it really didn't matter. And I heard Jonna say they tasted like bounty bars, like coconut bounty bars. Like, do you know what I mean by
Yeah.
bounty bar? Yeah,
I guess maybe a little bit, yeah.
yeah. Now I'm using the blue Othello, and this is our we have mini skeins of this, which is great because you can just buy a little bit, and I'm using that, and I'm putting the blue in here, not really to say it's water. I like this is, so when we're hooking landscapes, you can just play with color. Like everything doesn't have to represent something. These are kind of like, maybe like there's a semi-abstract feeling to them. So feel free to just sort of play, mix in some colors, and you don't have to have one field. Like this whole field behind these don't all have to be the same, doesn't all have to be the same color. And that's how I get, interesting things happening, really, is by mixing those colors. What was nice, we had a visit today from some new rug hookers. So this Saturday, I have an invitation for all of you at 2, I think from 1 to 3, isn't it, Ange?
Yep.
From 1 to 3, we're having a tea. Ange posted it. The details are on our Facebook page and on our Instagram. And from 1 to 3, there's a group coming who are on their way to rug hooking school, which is the school put out by the Rug Hooking Guild of Nova Scotia every May, and it's a live class, and it's always well attended. And that Saturday, usually we get lots of people drop in on their way to school, and the following Saturday on their way back from rug school. So we decided that Carol would make extra oat cakes, but also that she make a couple other cookies. We're going to put on a couple pots of tea. Darla and Jonna will be here, and I'll be here too. And we're just going to have a cup of tea for you if you're on the go. So this Saturday is a good day to visit the studio. We're just having tea. We always do have tea, but this Saturday we got more tea and more cookies and a little variety, and we're just going to have a nice visit. And so come on in and for tea on Saturday, anytime between 1 and 3. I mean, we're open from 9 to 5, but we're specifically putting out the goods from 1 to 3. Now that looks really pretty, I think, this blue. So I think it's time to introduce a new color, and I'm just going to go over and show you our coastal collection of yarns. It's here. Pick those up. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to add some texture and get some coastal color. So these are the new yarns that are on our website. Mary isn't here today, but this is called Bottled Amber, and we have it in our boucle, and we have it in our loopy loop. So just have a look at that. So you can get one color in 2 textures. Greg did this collection for us. So we have bottle green, just like, the bottle green sea glass that you see. Then we've got this gorgeous sea swim, early morning sea swim. I'll unwind them for you so you can see them, because this one's has quite a variegation in it. But the colors are gorgeous and the texture is great. So if you want to, if you just want some interesting textures, and I love the size of these. You don't have to commit to a huge skein. Whoops, I'm making a mess is what I'm doing opening these. Okay, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Then we have soft shell, which is our pinks. And we have Lucy's boat, which is purple, because if Lucy had a boat, she would paint it purple. And pale rose. And look how gorgeous these are together. Like if you wanted to mix, do some peonies or mix them any kind of floral, they are gorgeous together. And then this is Sea Glass Treasure, because this color is a hard color to find in sea glass around here. And if you find it, it's a treasure. And then we have Sky Above Me. So these are our new yarns that we have out right now. And it's really, they're really excellent for adding interest to your rugs. Now I'm going to take, let's see what one I'll take. I guess I'll grab the amber because it really works with my rug here. And I'm going to take the amber and let's have a look at what this does to this rug. So I think I need to move some of this yarn for you to really see. I'm just going to put that over in this chair. Woo. Oh, okay. All right, so let's get the amber in here. This is bottled amber, which is kind of like whiskey, really. It's kind of the color of whiskey. So I'm just going to take 2 strands. Oops. Something's caught up there. There we go. All right. And I want to take this gold. I'm just going to take, taking that 1 strand and folding it over. What I want to do is sort of take this gold and bring it up here in underneath my backcountry yarn, the Homestead Backcountry. And that I'm going to see, I'm hooking it really high and see what it does in the rug. And that black outline that I had there is really starting to recede now. Let's do another one. Okay. Oh, I like this. Do you like it? You can say yes or no. It's okay. Do you like adding interesting textures in your rug? Like, does that appeal to you? Okay. So this week, by mistake, I put out a notice about the inspiration sessions and I was asking people why they joined, but I put it on my regular page and I was going to take it down, but I got so much response as to why people joined. I thought, oh, I'm going to leave that here. It's on our Facebook page. It was just really interesting to hear the reasons why people were part of the inspiration sessions. What they were there for community, they were there for themselves, they were there for learning. There's all kinds of reasons. And Angela and I were talking about it. And I'm taking some lessons now about memberships and how to improve them and strengthen them. And one of the things Angela said is that we may do a 1-day opening. We haven't decided that yet, Ange?
We haven't, but we got such a really nice response.
Yeah, people were so interested in it and wanted to. We may open it for like just 1 day. I also wanted to say that if you want to, for the map project, I think there is a couple of spots open in the map project, which is our mystery art project, but you would have to call the studio right away to join because that will get filled up really quickly. I haven't put that anywhere else except for here. So email me or call if you want to be part of the map project. We still have 6 projects to go. And we've had a space open up in it. So just let me know. So we may end up just opening the inspiration sessions for 1 day for a flash sale. We're not sure. So just keep your eye on that. We have a lot of people who are really loving it and enjoying it. I think that's enough of that there. Now let's try this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here, which is the boucle. And I love it that I have the same color in 2 different textures. That just allows me a lot of freedom to make changes in this rug. So now I'm going to take this texture and I'm going to put it right underneath the other texture. And so you have exactly the same color, but you have a new texture. And that is one of the ways that you can make a landscape really, really interesting. Oh, I'm just finding that really soothing. Like, even just the sound, you can really hear it. I'm just going to take my mic off and I'm just going to put it right down here. And this is going to sound really big. Just that thrumming. Look how good it looks. I'm going to take it right down to here, but I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to bring my green back in, this field study back in there, I think. Or maybe another green. Now, where else do I want this? I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to go up and over in here. We're getting some good hooking done this morning. Excuse me.
Do you find yarn wears well if you're putting a rug on the floor? Or...
Yeah, it does. Merino yarn is softer, so it doesn't wear quite the same way. But yeah, traditionally we have been making rugs with yarn for a long time in Atlantic Canada as the basis. Not as long as cloth, but yeah, it does. It can wear really well, but you want a strong wool, you know, rather than... See, this one, if I put this on the floor, everything here is going to wear a bit differently. Like the curly locks is going to flatten out more quickly than, say, this, you know, strong yarn, and this is a merino yarn, so it's going to flatten out more. And everything will wear differently. So when I'm making something for the floor, I kind of do like to... I love the patina of kind of everything wearing at the same pace, you know what I mean? Like everything, if it's all the same kinds of yarns, then they kind of wear at the same pace. So if they get, one area is not going to get flatter than another. So I do think about that when I'm making rugs for the floor. Though less and less am I making rugs for the floor.
Although you said she made a footstool and she found some of the yarn and would get fuzzy.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, like some yarns will get fuzzier, or they'll, you know, flatten, like a big merino, for example, will flatten out and get really soft. So I'm liking all this gold in here. Now we've got a lot of gold in here. So what am I to do next? That's what I need to think about. Now we're going to have to bring some darks back in. And do, like, I've got all of these leaves gold, or do I change these and start making them different colors? So I'm kind of feeling that way now, that maybe some of these leaves in here might be green. But my problem is, if I make those green, then what is the background here, right? Because so I'll have to manage that really, really carefully. I'm going to take this and bring it over here. Just a little bit of it here too. Okay. That looks good. So they really blend it together. Now let's go back to the field study.
When you do a rug, do you have a name in mind before you do it, or
No,
it's
I'm
always after?
terrible with names. Angela can tell you. We're hopeless. Greg says, if I'm doing a rug, he said, what are you going to call that one? Another pot of flowers? Like,
Thanks, Greg.
yeah, thanks, Greg, for your, you know. But yeah, I'm not good with names, really. It's like a whole other thing. It's like writing, you know. And I love it when I get a good name. Like, I love the name Between Two Places, but I want to use it again and again, because what happens is I get a name and it's a theme. You know, I'm working on a theme, like the doves in the sky. You know, when I was doing those, then it's all doves in the sky. So yeah. Anyway, got a little bug there. I'm gonna get it. Ah, there we go. So off we go. Ooh. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Oh, just want to say, I hope Angela has a great birthday on Saturday.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, Lorna.
Happy birthday, Ange.
Thank you, Lorna.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. That's it for now. We'll see you next week.